Hi guys, welcome back. If you did watch my first video and you came back to see this one, thank you very much. I'm very excited to see your lovely faces again. And if you didn't watch the first video, why not, okay? I'll show you how I did my wallpaper for this channel, and you should watch it. Anyways, today's video is about fan art, and I would tell you who I'm drawing, but it's best for her to give her own intro, because she deserves it. Yes, today I am drawing Sailor Moon, and I'm very excited about it. I've been a part of the Sailor Moon fandom since I was really little, and it was really hard to watch this show in the States, okay? Because as much as you say that, you know, the internet and stuff like that, some people won't know the struggle of back in the day trying to watch a Japanese show in America, and then they cut off the last season, and I'm still very upset about it, okay? Because I had to wait a long time to finally find it, and then I had to read subtitles. I was very upset by this. Anyways, that's not what today's about. It's not about how big of a fan I am, but that's the first tip that I can give you, all right? You've got to be a big fan of the show that you're gonna draw, because if you're not, then why are you drawing it? I mean, are you just drawing it to, if you're just drawing something you don't really like to draw attention to your channel, it's not gonna work because you don't know the show enough to put forth the small little details that are gonna really just take your audience, pull them in, and rip out their heart, and then they can give it a hug of how happy your image has made them. So I guess that's my first tip today. My second tip, I'm wearing it, okay? You see this jacket? Look at this. I'll have to show you the back of it because it's so good. My second tip for you today is wear your gear, okay? Look at that. Such things exist, all right? For fans like us to ooh and ah over and say, I simply must have it. And so that's what you want them to say about your art too, right? I mean, look at this shirt. It says made in the 90s, which is true for me, so I'm really excited about it. I had to write down my tips because I get nervous in front of a camera and I kept forgetting which one I was on, so I'm gonna check them off as I go. So first one, check. All right, the second thing I want to tell you today is research. Research is absolutely key. I know that when you heard the word research, you just lost your mind. You got a dagger straight to your heart, but it's okay. Because let me tell you, research is great. As long as you're the one picking what you're researching. Because back in the day when you were little and you had to do your first, I don't know, paper, and you had to do it on jellyfish, and you hate jellyfish, that would suck. You had to do all that research for nothing. But now, think about it. I literally had nothing but an excuse to watch my absolute favorite show for hours on end and look at images and fan arts before me, and no one could question it because I was like, it's research. It's really great. And I think that you're gonna enjoy that part. So don't ignore research, okay? Research is good. The next thing that I would say is probably something that you wouldn't really, I mean, it seems obvious, but it's not, okay? Angles. Angles and posing is a really big thing that's gonna make your art stand out from someone else's. When I was researching this, there were some people doing some really cool underneath shots of Sailor Moon and her whole squad, like all of them, or they would show her from above, and that's just, you know, an angle change up is something that's really cool. And a lot of times when I think of really good angles, I think of, you know, One Punch, Tokyo Ghoul. They're really good at those quick angle changes. And bring some of that into your art. If that's a show that has some really great angles, use those, all right? Use them. And the other thing is posing. So today for mine, I'm gonna be drawing not only Sailor Moon, but Seiya. I know some of you are like, I don't like Seiya, I like Mama. It's okay. It's all right. Seiya's my boy. I like Seiya, why? Because he has a ponytail, and I find him as an interesting character. So I'm drawing him not only because they share a birthday, but because I just simply enjoy them. And when I was posing them together, I knew that I wanted a little bit of interaction So when I pose them, I want him to be probably doing a double take, and I want her to, of course, be munching on some food, because what's more Usagi than eating food, okay? Nothing. So that's what I'm doing today. If you're someone who's really bad at posing, or you just don't know what you want to do, I would suggest picking a still from the show and just replicating it in your own style. All right, that's the best thing. And then when you're, you know, putting it on Instagram, Facebook, wherever you put it, you can do a quick original and my version, or my version, and swipe to see the original. It'll be a nice thing, and it'll get you a little bit more engagement that way, which is something really cool. If you're not doing a pose, I suggest probably when you're posting your fan art to put a picture of the original character on at least another slide over, so people can really see what you've done to this character. Besides poses, my favorite other thing that you can add is lighting. So for me, even though I've got a little bit of poses and I really didn't take a harsh angle with this, I really wanted to go do a backlit image. I was imagining them at nighttime, obviously, because Sailor Moon, duh, okay? I wanted a nice backlit image with this gigantic moon behind Usagi, but on the other side, because Seiya is supposed to be a star, I have some shooting stars. So that's something that I planned on for this image. The second thing that I planned on for this image before I started was I set it for the dimensions of a Instagram square, but doubled. So that way, when someone comes to my page, they'll either see Seiya or they'll see Usagi individually, but on my feed, they'll see the full image that you're going to be seeing done today, which is really awesome. And then the last thing I can tell you, the last tip, you might be thinking, okay, but you know, I can't really use fan art. It's not really allowed in portfolios or in all that stuff. But why should I do it besides the fact that, you know, I love it? Let me tell you a little secret. It's gonna help you find your style if you don't already know what it is, or if you want to make it better. And here's why. So fan art is something that, yes, it's already been set, but the cool thing is you're trying to make it a little different than the show. So the good thing about that is that you get to figure out, oh, well, my art doesn't have that color scheme, or I don't draw an eye that way. My characters are a little bit taller than these, or just anything. You know, for instance, for me, you know, I know that I like to draw hair in this flag type shape, so that's probably gonna come through in this drawing, and I have a huge color preference for some really bright, rich purples and pinks and blues, so I'm most likely gonna be using those as well. Yeah, that's the best thing that it's gonna do for you. If you don't really know your style, or if you're trying to even hone it further, that's what something like fan art can give you in return. As well as bring people to your Instagram, Facebook, to your booth, whatever, because they simply love the same show that you love, and you're gonna be starting a cool community that way, and that's the best thing I can give you for it. And I don't know if I'm gonna be putting this over my drawing or before it, but ta-da! Those are my tips. I'm finished. Multiple snacks and coffees and stress and all that jazz. I'm all finished with my drawing, and I really hope that you guys liked it. You know, I'm sure you can read, but you know, I'm actually can't draw, and I'm hopefully gonna be seeing you around here a lot. If you enjoyed some of the tips I gave you today, or just watching the speed paint, give a like. You can comment. Maybe you can tell me if you like Seiya or not. Are you a Momo person? Do you like Usagi? Were you a fan of the show when you were little? Anyways, I'm babbling because I like to babble, and I'm so sorry about that. But anyways, as always, you guys, please stay sketchy.